Astrological Help for the Lovelorn. Star Guide to Mending a Broken Heart. Created, directed, and presented by Reverend Dr. Dickie Joe Mullen. In this reflection, Dr. Mullen will discuss zodiacal aspects that can help improve the opportunities for the lovelorn, be it changing one's focus or events that may enter that will help move towards a more positive outcome in terms of the desire of one's heart. Here we see a heart that suggests growthful happiness that may emerge as one works through this period of sadness and reinventing the self.
Love. Sometimes I think I could work as a professional astrologer just with my clients who come in with questions about love alone. How to cope when love goes awry, how to find love. Love is wonderful, beautiful, if it works well. If not, it's the most traumatic and difficult challenges we can ever have. You know, if you lack money, you can always take out a loan. You can always take some medicine if your health is down. But when love goes, the anguish, the little death, the sense of loss, only time seems to help. However, after a period of trial and anguish, the heartbreak generally dims and there's a new phase of life that can begin. However, the process can involve a terrible waste of valuable time, our most priceless and irreplaceable of resources. Isn't it better to try to channel the tremendous energy that comes from a heartache into something more positive, more upbeat, and more healing? Sometimes after a divorce or loss of a love, one way or another, people go through a tremendous creative time. It's sort of like the pendulum of life swings way down and then way up again. But it's possible to give it a bit of a boost through astrology. Venus is the planet of love, and Saturn represents loss. Mars represents anger or passion related to love, but just the familiar sun sign or birth sign that we all know is a good place to begin before looking a little bit further. The next time that you or someone you know might be going through the loss of a love and the recovery period, looking at your birth sign, give it an experimental try and just see if it doesn't help. It almost certainly will. If you are an Aries going through a loss of a love, physical activity is good. Get involved in a sports team or fitness program, and anything that involves physical activity. If sports really aren't your thing, sometimes Aries aren't inclined that way, but usually they are. Think of something involved with fire, building or creating beautiful candles, or maybe a sculpture made out of wrought iron to express your feelings or thoughts. Have a lot of red around you, positive, upbeat colors. There used to be an old saying about buying a red hat if you were depressed over love in the case of a lady, and maybe there's some truth to that. Taurus, since music and sound are so important to you, try learning to perfect your skill on an instrument, maybe the piano or guitar, and also possibly singing, joining a choir, or appreciating music, just visiting a place where there might be a concert or singing going on. Charity fundraisers, you're related to resources. Sometimes if we reach out to help someone else, that will help in coping with the loss of a love. Gemini, the twins, you're the talkers. Go and talk to your therapist. Express your feelings through a journal. Call up a sympathetic friend and talk about the whole story and saga of the love. Listen to a tape you make the next day and then write a story about it. Maybe submit it to a magazine, because a lot of Geminis are famous writers. And success is the best revenge. You might write a bestseller. And then when the person comes back, if you're a typical Gemini with two sides, you won't want them anymore. Very interesting kind of a paradox there for many of us. Cancer. First of all, put away all those pictures and keepsakes and little tokens related to the relationship that you have strewn all over your house. And then visit a furniture store or some interior design places and take a different trend in your interior decorating. If you can afford it, redo your entire home. If not, build a dream home on paper. Suggestions to new types of collectibles, a new hobby could appeal to you. You might enjoy, say, stamp collecting or looking for rare books. Concentrate on collectibles, hobbies, something that you can bring in to change your environment, and that will help a lot in overcoming the loss of a love. Leo. Your birth sign is related to the heart, and sometimes I think Leo people are the most dramatic in expressing and going through the highs and lows related to the anguish of a lost love. You can yell, scream, let all out all of your feelings, and then take on the liberty of role playing. Somehow a strategy can help. Possibly getting involved in a theater group of some type to outpour your emotions. Also, making a mandala, a drawing, to express the way your heart feels could be therapeutic. Virgo, when you're going through a loss of a love, study health-related books about the special connection between physical and emotional needs. And sometimes people really do pass away when they're caring for a loved one. There is a lot of press about often when there's a caregiver and someone who's terminally ill, the caregiver will go first for no reason. That happens more often than we might think. So be aware that you're sick from becoming involved with the negative and emotional states related to the happiness over a lost love. Don't let it take away your health. Analyze your ex-lover. If you're a typical Virgo, you're looking at his or her faults already. Analyze those flaws and realize that you could do better. The power of positive thinking can help to draw a healthier relationship your way. Libra, of all the birth signs, you are the least divorce-prone. You don't like to be alone. You'll put up with a miserable relationship just not to be alone in this world. Think about companionship, and in times of trial, try to plan some gatherings. You're a wonderful host or hostess and will get pleasure out of entertaining. Design special invitations or menus, and also, you could start a support group for others who are going through love loss situations, or join some sort of a club or group, not on the internet though. No good seems to be coming of that, at least in my opinion. But any sort of, say, spiritual or community group oriented toward those who are alone, a singles type group, could be a positive situation. Find one that's focused on your interests. For example, if you like art, possibly a creative group of some type, or an outdoor activity where there are groups of people that gather in sort of a party situation to go skiing or whatever, or hiking, could be very positive. Scorpio. It's really important for you not to become embittered and to take revenge. Take out your anger by tossing out all of the trash in your home and maybe donate it. Think of it as tossing out the lost love, secretly though. And any interests that involve the local ecology, environmental activities, troubleshooting, problem solving, getting rid of anything that's polluting, toxing, toxic or exploitive around you can help you to recover from a lost love. Sagittarians, you have a special rapport with pets. Getting involved in an animal rescue, maybe adopting a new pet if you're able, horseback riding, walking a dog, involved with wildlife interests, all of that will help. Also, travel. If you're able to travel, sometimes getting away from it all is very helpful. All of the fire signs, Aries and Leo as well as Sagittarius, can benefit from just escaping into a different environment for a while. Capricorns, if you've suffered the loss of a love, you're an earth sign. The healing powers of plants and crystals can help. Get outside into a beautiful garden or park. Maybe visit a plant store, fill your apartment or home with plants, or join a horticultural society and put in a garden if you have the room. Plan to give some plants and flowers or herbal-related teas and fragrances that you might put together as gifts to friends. They'll be appreciated. Aquarians, stay mentally active. Play a video game. You might want to lose yourself in your computer. After the initial crisis has stopped, Aquarians, stop at a local college and see if there are any non-credit classes available, or the libraries sometimes offer classes in interesting subjects. And you can have some new thoughts to dwell on. Psychology and the social sciences, or possibly learning about computer programming would help you to recover and to bounce back. Pisces, at the time that you've lost a love, resist the temptation to martyr yourself. It'll only drive your friends away, and the old lost love doesn't really care about your anguish. Instead, think of people who are worse off than you are, perhaps those with mental or physical handicaps. You might want to visit them, donate some food or clothes to the needy. Volunteer work at a local church or hospital could be a good outlet. Through helping unfortunates, you'll create a monument to your own lost love and begin to release some of the feelings of misery. Pisceans can especially benefit from attending a meditation or self-help group regularly. This is also true of the other water signs, Scorpio and Cancer, and the earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. All can help relating to connecting to the earth or the land in some way. Air signs, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, it's all about words, communicating thoughts and ideas on different levels. Wishing you happiness and that every day be a Valentine's Day. This is astrologer for the Lovelorn, Dickie Jo Mullen in Orlando, Florida.